Have you ever noticed that the more you try to show a woman how much you care, the faster she slips away? You text first. You give attention. You try to prove your value. And somehow, she becomes distant, colder, uninterested. Yet there are men who do almost nothing. Men who don't chase. Men who seem emotionally untouchable, and women can't stop thinking about them. They wait for his reply. They talk about him to their friends. They replay every interaction in their mind. They become hooked. Why? Why does effort repel, while mystery pulls her in like gravity? This is where we enter the mind of Niccolo Machiavelli, a man wrongly labeled as evil, when in truth, he simply understood a psychological law that most men never learn. Influence doesn't belong to the one who gives the most. It belongs to the one who is needed the most. Today, we reveal his darkest and most forbidden method, the strategy that makes her chase you, desire you, and invest in you. Not because you manipulated her, not because you played games, but because you finally understood how desire actually works. Stay until the end, and you will never view attraction the same again. The secret principle: the less available you are, the more valuable your presence becomes. Machiavelli discovered something ruthless but real. Humans never value what is always available. We crave what feels rare, difficult, and hard to reach. Think about it. A diamond is just carbon, but it's rare. So we call it precious. A celebrity doesn't respond to your DMs, so you chase that validation. The restaurant with a long waiting list seems better, even if you haven't tasted the food. Scarcity breeds desire. And yet, most men do the opposite in relationships. They overplay their hand. They text too much. They reveal all their feelings too quickly. They remove all mystery. They give themselves away for free, and women, without even thinking, and start to pull back. Because nothing rare was offered. Nothing needed to be earned. And every human instinct says, if it's easy to get, it can't be worth much. That is where the forbidden method begins. The forbidden method: controlled distance plus emotional self-sufficiency. This does not mean ignoring her, being a narcissist, or acting cold to cause pain. That's childish. That's ego. And that's weak. This method is about mastering your inner world. You become a man whose life is full without her. A man who is not emotionally dependent on her response, her approval, or her attention. When a woman senses that you are emotionally self-sufficient, she begins to feel something very rare. You become unpredictable, not chaotic, not unstable, but undefined. And the female mind is drawn to what it cannot fully solve. Story, listen closely. There was a man named Daniel in London. He fell for a woman named Emily. Haunting beauty, soft laughter, the kind of presence that sticks in your memory. At first, she felt something too. Messages were long. Calls lasted hours. Energy was mutual. But then Daniel did what most men do. He began to overtry. He became available immediately every hour. He rearranged his schedule to see her. He made her the center of his emotional world. He gave her the throne before she earned the crown, and she began to drift. Replies became shorter. Plans became uncertain. Energy cooled. Daniel panicked. He thought he needed to try harder. So he doubled his attention, and she disappeared. Months later, Daniel discovered something that changed him forever. Machiavelli's principle: never make yourself too easily possessed. He stopped chasing love. He began focusing on himself: gym, purpose, career, identity, social life. He became a man with a centered life. And one day, she messaged him again. Why? Because she saw his absence. She felt his withdrawal. She remembered how it felt to have his attention. And now that it was gone, his presence became valuable. She started hunting him. This wasn't manipulation. This was nature. Why this method works: psychology. The female mind bonds through curiosity, emotional tension, anticipation, the desire to earn a man's approval. If you give these things away immediately, there is no emotional glue. But when you are calm, confident, unrushed, hard to emotionally obtain, she begins to invest. And when she invests, she attaches. The more effort she puts into you, the more emotionally anchored she becomes. This is why Machiavelli's method works. You do not pursue her emotions. You make her pursue her own reaction to you. The practical application. This is where most men fail. They hear, "Be less available," and they start acting cold, rude, and distant. That is not power. That is insecurity wearing a mask. Real scarcity is not fabricated. It is lived. Meaning, your life must be full. Your purpose must be real. Your time must be valuable. Women don't chase absence. They chase men whose presence feels meaningful. So here is the rule. Become a man whose attention must be earned, not assumed. Not by playing games, but by genuinely having a life where attention is limited because you are busy becoming greater. The mindset shift. Ask yourself this. If she disappeared today, would your life collapse? If the answer is yes, she has emotional power over you. Not because she took it, but because you gave it freely. A Stoic man stands unshaken. He remains himself, whether loved or ignored, wanted or forgotten, praised or dismissed. This is what makes him magnetic, because most men crumble at the slightest emotional distance. But you must become the mountain. Still, grounded, unmoved. That is where attraction ignites. The result. When you master this, she begins to reread your messages. Wonder why you're calm. Think about what you're doing. Seek your approval again. Invest emotionally just to feel chosen. Her mind begins chasing what it cannot fully hold. You. And not because you manipulated her, but because you stopped chasing her. You gave her space to feel desire again. The final truth. If you want her to obsess, do not try to impress her. Do not beg for love. Do not give everything at once. Become the man whose presence must be earned. Value yourself, and she will value you. Because the rarest thing in this world is a man who is not controlled by his desire. Be that man. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.